okay? It's really getting ready to come, all right? Outages, blackouts, as we ride and we see it, okay? Look at that. The lights are out. That traffic light isn't working. I wonder if you run the light, will you get a ticket? 7-Eleven is across the street. You can't even see it, all right? It's out, okay? This whole block is pretty much, this portion of it at least, is pretty much done for, man. All right? Yeah, you can't even see that 7-Eleven. All right? That's 7-Eleven, but it's out. All right? Yeah, you got some places that got lights on and some places that don't. That's a hotel you can't even see. Okay? They out. They got the, ambulance there. This whole side of the street over here is pitch black. As I rotated on this side, the only place that's open is this steakhouse right here. Okay? As I pan back around, you see this whole street is completely black. All right? Did the generator go out? Who knows? Okay? As again, we coming up to another traffic light. It's out. See? Complete mayhem. It's finna ensue, man. Okay? We gonna see what people do. We got a racetrack over there. Out. You notice these places, these gas places, they out, man. All right? I'm just letting you know, I'm just showing you right now. Okay, these storehouses, they finna be empty soon. Okay? Now here we are coming up to this traffic light right here. As you see, it's out still. So now you have to proceed with caution. Okay? You got to proceed with caution. Everybody in a rush to go somewhere, how many of them are going to actually allow you to go? All right? Proceeding with caution, crossing this intersection. All right? You see? Showing you, that the traffic lights are out. Okay? Got the police trying to redirect traffic.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is what the world English calls God. Bahashem, which means in the name, Yahweh Shai, which means He is our salvation, and that is what the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man who, by the way, only came for the Israelites, all right? Now, the little video that was just showed to you was of my journey or my trip to Walmart, and I noticed that the gas pumps were out, meaning that usually they have lights on indicating that the store is open for you to go in there and to get the gas, and they usually close at 10 o'clock. But this time, there were no lights on, okay? So there was no gas for people to get. There was no cash register for people to go in there and pay for. In the main Walmart, it was open, and I could hear the cashiers or the associates saying that the whole block was shut down. All right. So I just asked the cashier a question. What's up with that gas station? Why isn't it working? She said she don't know. She said usually they close at 10 o'clock. See? So that's going to be a yearning to know what's happening when it actually happens. Okay. When this place actually collapses and people don't know what's going on, there's going to be chatter and questions and things of that magnitude of what's happening. See, they're not going to know right away that something major is taking place, okay? Because as you see in the video, they had one side of the street that was completely pitch black, all right? And the other side of the street, it was pitch black, but it had a restaurant, a steakhouse that somehow still had lights on. Whether it was hooked up to a generator or what have you, they were still doing business, okay? But these gas stations like the 7-Eleven that you see, it didn't have a generator. It didn't have a backup. The Walmart didn't have a backup. You see? The traffic lights aren't ran on a backup. So once that blackout happens, it's going to be complete and utter chaos. All right? The truck came out in front of me. Who's to say who's in the right or who's to say who's in the wrong? Because the lights aren't working. And then I said, if I make this turn, I wonder, will I get a ticket? Because the camera lights are down. Usually that light, if you run that light, it flashes and it gives you a ticket in the mail. So people aren't going to be prepared. They're not going to think that we just going out to have a good time and expecting to come back home without any hiccups in our plans. We're not expecting for the internet to go out. We're not expecting for the lights to go out. We're not expecting for the gas stations to go out. We're not expecting for the traffic lights to go out. We just thinking that it's going to be an everyday routine. We go out on Fridays or Saturdays. We go to the restaurants. We go to the movies. And we go back home. But it's going to be one day that it ain't going to be normal like all your other days. Just like what happened on 9/11. I'm pretty sure those people that went to work thought it was going to be a regular day. They got on the train. They went to the, bus station. And next thing you know, they jumping out the windows for their life. So it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. All right? Except for those of us that's in the truth. Okay? So this is Matthew 24 and verse 15. It says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth this, or whoso readeth, let him understand. So Yahushua was giving those warnings back then leading up to 70 AD. Okay? When they seen an uptake or influx of Roman soldiers, abomination, okay? In the place where they ought not to be, Jerusalem. Let them who read it understand. It says, then let them which be in Judea flee unto the mountains. See? So this is our mindset. We're going to have that same mindset, that pilgrim mindset. All right? Because we don't know where we're going to be when it actually takes place, when they actually get ready to collapse this place, whether it's by EMP attack, whether it's by an internet outage that won't come back up online, whatever it may be, okay? We're going to have this same type of mindset because they had the police directing traffic. Now, what's to say if they using their one, that one like they use in the air traffic to signal the airplanes? That's what the police had out there. Who's to say if they are not allowing you to turn to go home, what's your next alternative? They're not letting you go down that street to go home. So what are you going to do now? You ain't got no gas, okay? Because the gas stations are closed. See? What's your next plan of action? All right? Those that's in this world, they don't have no next course or plan of action except for wait on what the government says. Those of us that's in the truth, we going to rely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay? We going to move according to what the Spirit shows us, all right? And it's going to be the Spirit, the Holy Spirit that's guiding us, okay? Remember, look up, your redemption draw nigh. You may look up and see a chariot. Okay, that's a chariot. I know what a chariot is, a so-called UFO. It may give you a indicator or indication to go this way. You got to be very in tune. You got to be circumspect. See, these scriptures are for our learning. Romans 15 and 4. We can't just throw everything out the way now because all hell is breaking loose around us. This is where we got to revert back to our training, our learning. Okay, the traffic lights are down. Okay, the street lights are out. Okay, the hotel is down. You think those people in that hotel are happy now that all the lights are out? No. Okay? A lot of those hotels are acting as people's homes and houses. They got food. They got stuff plugged into it. Now the lights are out. They're going to have to throw all that away. And this is right before the EBT and SNAP is going to get cut off. Abaratha, Father will. Now here it is. They done went out, thought they was getting ahead of the tragedy that is getting ready to come without having SNAP and EBT. And now their refrigerator, they put the food in, ain't got no power. So guess what? Now they ain't got no way to keep their food good from going rotten or spoiled. This is a couple of days before SNAP and EBT gets cut off. Abaratha, Father will. It's going to be complete and utter mayhem out there. You see how dark that side of the street was? What if you got quote-unquote muggers that's waiting for people to get out their cars and look around and see what's happening and come up and mug them? See? This is getting ready to take place. Father will. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. It says, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. See? This is the mindset. That pilgrim's mind, the pilgrim mindset. You may not be able to get back home because of an outage or because of whatever else. Especially if you got a EV, electrical vehicle, and now all the charging stations are out because there's an outage. Now you can't get home. Now what's your next course of action? You gonna stay there at the gas station? The gas station is completely dark. You got muggers that's coming. Muggers is somebody that hit you over the head and take your money, man. Here it is. They see somebody with a nice EV, Tesla, or whatever, what have you, and they know you got money. And who you gonna call? The phone is out. Police ain't around. What you gonna do? See? This is why we getting in good standing with the Lord right now. For just an occasion. We want the Lord to fight for us. We want to hide in the shadow of the Almighty. It says, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. You may not be able to get back home. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. You might be at work. Oh man, I want to go back and get my work. I want to go back and get my casual clothes. I'm still in my work uniform. Hey, that's going to be how you have to be when you leave and take off like a pilgrim. What about my family? How am I gonna get back home and see my family, make sure my family is okay? I can't call my wife and check on her and the kids. See? You have to count on the Lord taking care of all of that. Okay? As it says in Matthew the 6th chapter, which of you, how's that go? Let's see if we can get that. Which of you by thought can change 1 cubit? You can't worry about any of this, okay? The Lord got everything figured out already. Matthew 6. Which of you by 1 cubit can change? Let me see. Come on, I know it's by which of you by 1 cubit, the cure for anxiety. Here it is, Matthew 6:27. It says, this is Yahweh Shah speaking. Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? See? Hey, don't worry yourself, man. You can't add to your stature. You can't make yourself taller. It's the Lord that's going to take care of everything. So you can't get back home to your family. So you can't call your wife and see if she's okay and the kids to check up on her. You can't take it says, which of you by taking thought, you can't let those thoughts flood your mind. Sure, as a provider and a protector, you want to make sure they're okay. But this is why you're doing what you're doing right now. so that the Lord will take care of that for you. Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? No one. Okay, it's the Lord that does this. It's the Lord that's going to do this. So now jumping back to Matthew 24, was it? And 16? 18. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. See? Where you may be 2 or 3 towns over and you can't get back home. Now what? You can't call your wife and check on the kids. Now what? You can't get back to your place and get your casual clothes if you got a job where you out and about on the field, driving or something like that. Now you on the run in your work clothes now. You ain't even comfortable. You got your work boots on. You got your work uniform on. You may be even in the worker's car. You may be even in your company's car. You ain't gonna be able to plan for this. The only thing you could plan for is this word, this truth, doing what's asked and required of you. So when that happens, the Lord will show out for you and put on for you, because you put on for him. Revelation 3 and 10. It says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Right. Just think about it. You ain't got no way to get food for your child. You got no way to get medical attention for your child if they need it, because all of this is going to be closed. All of this is going to be shut down. This devil is getting ready to set the stage, man, where you're going to have to come and get that Charagma, that RFID microchip, okay, in order for you to get any type of services, all right? It says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, right? Infants, toddlers, small children. It's going to be hard on them, okay, if they're not of the elect. It says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. Imagine if you got to leave and go look for elsewhere, and you up there in New York or somewhere where it's cold, Atlanta, the Carolinas, and you got to move and go on the run as a pilgrim. It's gonna be 10 times as hard for you, especially if it's cold and snowing. See, this is why we're doing what we're doing now, to keep in good standings with the Lord, man, so that he'll take care of us and our family. It says, but pray ye that your flight. What if you got to catch a flight? What if you on an airplane and they grounding everything because of a storm or something like that, or the power's out? They can't get the runways up and running, so now you stuck there. We already see it's a shortage. People not wanting to come to work because of why? They ain't getting paid. They're furloughed. They getting ready to bring this whole place down, man. It says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on a Sabbath day. See? For then shall be great tribulations. Hey, we getting ready to come into these great tribulations, Jacob's trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. This is it. What we getting ready to walk into is going to be the grand finale. This is going to be everything to close out all the prophecies pertaining to our salvation. Because once all hell breaks loose, then they're going to have what? Martial law. Then they're going to have what? The solution to everything being bananas. They're going to have that Charagma. Then once they make that Charagma, that microchip mandatory, they have it now, but it's not mandatory. Once they make it mandatory for people to have to use this to buy and sell, to go to offices, to get, medical attention, to get food, not too much longer after that, the missiles are going to come to destroy this place, America. All right? And then the elect will be delivered out of it. And the rest, the 2/3 of our people and the other heathen nations, other heathen people that's here, going to be destroyed. Going to be destroyed. annihilated, burned, disintegrated to ashes. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Right? It ain't going to be, hey, once we go through this tribulation right here, Jacob's trouble, that's it. If you come out on the other side of this tribulation, Jacob's trouble, you're going to be in the kingdom, okay? You're going to be tried as gold through the furnace, through the fire. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. This is why this man is getting ready to make his move, because he knows he doesn't have all the time in the world. He sees the signs. He sees, the men of the Lord prophesying. He knows that these are chariots, that these UFOs are here to spell the end of his kingdom. So he's getting ready to make the move, man. Lord willing, Abaratasa, Father will. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. See? So this is the reason why. Everything is coming to an end for the elect's sake. Because this devil, he has no intention on letting up. All right? If it was up to him, he'll put his foot to the gas and flow this thing, man. All right? Now let's get this right here. Let's get this right here. All right, that might not work. Let's try this word right here. This is Matthew 24 and 38. I was right there in the same chapter. Just I didn't go down far enough. This is Matthew 24 and 36. It says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So only Yahweh knows when he's going to send Yahushua. But we have the signs to measure the times, okay? And we know by measuring the times diligently that Yahushua is on his way, all right? That the Father's getting ready to send him to what? Deliver the elect. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be, right? So they were just out having a good time, enjoying themselves, just like the night, all right? Just like when I left Walmart, people didn't think anything would be different on that side of the town, on that road, all right? And all of a sudden, the lights are gone. It's a blackout. It's a blackout, It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. See, they was just going on about their everyday life, making nothing of it. Denying all the warnings or ignoring all the warnings that Noah was doing. He was building the ark, saying it was going to rain. What is this crazy man talking about it's going to rain? They never seen rain before. So to them, that was something crazy. Oh, there go that Noah again, building that ark. You see? It says, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Right. And what does Noah represent today? The prophets, okay? Y'all think we out here on the corners crazy? You look at us like we strange. Hey, you got this guy Drewski, making fun, mocking, okay? But then when we ain't out on the streets no more, and these videos ain't up on the internet or up on social media, you gonna know something up. It's gonna be too late then. See? So the time is coming short. It's coming to an end where you're gonna continue to mock the man of the Lord. All right? It says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noe entered into the ark, right? It's going to be the same way this time, all right? Once you don't see the man on the streets, once you don't see the man of the Lord on the streets anymore, you going to know something up. Oh, man, we can't mock them anymore. Where they at? They ain't on the corner of Broadway and 56th Street. They ain't on the corner of Magnolia and Pine Street. They ain't on the corner of 33rd and Plum Avenue. What, they ain't got their channel up no more on YouTube or Rumble or Odyssey or whatever else social media platform? Oh, man, what's going on, man? And then at that moment, it's going to seek into you. Damn. I done fucked up. Oh, yeah. You going to find out, but it's going to be way too late. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken. That's the one that get beamed up into the chariot. And the other left. That's going to be the one that's left here for what? That thermonuclear fire. Those ICBMs, those missiles. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken. That's the one that's beamed up into the chariot. The elect. And the other left. That's the one that's going to be left here to get burned up in the fire in America. Okay? And elsewhere. But primarily here in America. Because America is going to be set on fire from sea to shining sea. From coast to shining coast. However that goes. All right? It says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. See? So we watching as watchmen. We sounding the alarm. All right? Until the Lord takes us up off the streets, which looks like it's getting ready to come, Father will, Abaratasa, or the word is no longer on the internet. So it's coming, man. I see this as a omen or a prelude to what's to come. Outages, internet outages, blackouts, traffic lights going down, complete and utter mayhem at the most inoperable time that you can think while you out having a good time. A Friday night, Saturday night, or it might happen on a weekday, like a Friday night after you get off of work. Here it is, you got your check, you think you're going out having a good time with your family. Next thing you know, the lights go out. You can hear the people in the restaurant screaming, wanting to know what's going on, and the manager trying to assure them or reassure them that everything is okay. We got a backup power generator. Only to find out you come outside the store and you look down the street and the whole area is dark. Then your wife telling you, baby, you got gas? I know you got gas. We was gonna go get gas after we leave the restaurant. I was rushing, trying to get home and get everything put together. So you telling me we ain't got no gas in the truck? No, baby, we got less than a quarter. We don't even got enough to get back home. Only to find out home is 15 miles away. So what's your next plan of action then? You gonna call AAA to bring you gas? The phones are down. Now here it is, the owner of the hotel or the restaurant is telling you he can't allow you to stay on the property. So now you got to venture off and go as far as you can back home. You ran out of gas. Now you stuck on the side of the road, pitch black. Man, that ain't no place you want to be without having Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Because now you a sitting target. Especially if you got an EV truck or a Tesla or what have you. EV just as an electric vehicle. And you got kids, or should I say children, because kids are goats. You got children in the back. Oh, man. Pray your flight don't be in the winter, man. Imagine doing this and it's below 20 outside. It's below 20. Whew. Imagine if it's below 20 and you got youngins, toddlers, infants. Whew. Woo! And you don't want to fear the Lord? Man, you couldn't tell me something like this ain't enough to strike fear in you, in your heart, your mind, to fear the Lord and to serve Him with all your heart and mind, wholeheartedly. And the prophet's telling you this. The servants of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, are telling you this. Get right with the Lord before it's too late. Because a lot of you ain't ready. Okay? A lot of you is sleeping behind the wheel. This is 1 Peter 5 and 8. We get ready to close out. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. See, you can't be sober and vigilant if you don't have the truth. You don't know to measure the times diligently to look for our Lord and Savior because you're so occupied, or should I say preoccupied, with the ways of this world. And they're going to all vanish, okay? And you're going to be left what? To do what? Be lost, to be inebriated, to be not looking. And you're going to be, hey, man, you're just going to be a sitting duck. So it says, be sober, be vigilant. See? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. He's about to get ready to shut all of this down, man. This devil is getting ready to shut this whole thing down and blame it on more than likely someone else, another entity. A cyber attack from somebody in Russia or China or something like that. Some foreign entity has attacked America on this day right here, and now we're out. The banks are crashing. You can't get to your ATM. So you don't got no, you ain't even, man, you gonna be out here looking like a sitting duck, man. See, the men of the Lord, they gonna be good. They family's gonna be good, taken care of. Food, water, raiment, shelter. The chief things, fire. They gonna be taken care of. The Lord gonna make a way. You can't doubt that. You gotta have complete faith. All right? Just gotta be patient and wait on the Lord. Okay? Lean not on your own understanding. So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right. So with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.